Hi. Welcome back to the crossroads. I have a simple one for you today and fairly quick, I hope. So, you know how people say, oh, what are you acting brand new? Acting brand new all of a sudden? And no, it's not in the context of like you watching someone actively being performative or actually switching up on you. Like, it's not that context. It's not you calling somebody out like in a justified way. Like, why are you acting brand new? Like, why are you pretending like we didn't talk about this or that's different? Or like, why are you acting like I didn't already lay out these boundaries? Why are you that totally different type of acting brand new? It's like when somebody's sneering at you, or like when you're like actively trying to improve on yourself, or like, excuse me, um, or like, let's say in a relationship, a friendship, whatever, you're trying to improve on yourself. So then naturally it kind of leaks, like it spills out into you consciously or sometimes unconsciously, trying to then heal the dynamic that's already been established for an extended period of time. And you're now surrounded by people or a person who is used to you reacting a certain way. They're used to orienting to you in a certain way. They're used to your responsiveness, your aliveness, your they're just used to a certain version of you, so they got you like locked in. They have frozen you mentally. And then they look at you and they're like, I'll give you an example. Someone told me this once. They're like, oh, now that you're on your little Zen kick, your little whatever, after they were acting like proud and saying things like, oh, I like how you're doing this for yourself and doing that for yourself. So then when I tried to improve on the dynamic that we had and I started pointing out patterns between us, and they were like, oh, brand new all of a sudden, now that you're in your little Himalayas in your head. Because I used to say that. I would be like, I kind of just want to create my own Himalayas. And so they started using my language to mock me and my process and my nervous system and all that. And that really hurt. That stung. That pissed me off to no end. And I was like, well, of course I have to act brand new. What else am I going to do? I have to act brand new in order to then behave brand new, in order to then have that behavior turn into, how did I walk myself through it? So action turns into behavior, turns into habit, turns into second nature. So you know how when you were a little kid, people would tell you, act right, you better behave, you better act right. And you would act right, you would act accordingly. You would adapt to your environment, even if you didn't want to behave the way that they were telling you to behave. Sometimes they would silence you. You'd be like, oh, I'm irritated. Like, I want to go, or no, I don't want to hug that person. Act right. So you would act accordingly. That was intelligent for you to do at the time in order to survive your environment, and in order to survive the people, really, or the other dysregulated nervous systems in your environment. And then when we get older, sometimes we end up doing the same thing. We end up adapting to certain dynamics that are not maybe the healthiest for us because it feels, say it with me now, familiar. It feels like home. And sometimes when people say this feels like home, it's not always a good thing. It's not always the warmth that you think that they're talking about. There are a lot of things that feel like home, and sometimes some people's homes were really chaotic, to say the least. So you learned how to adapt, you learned how to act right. And then eventually that acting right turned into behavior, or like a compulsion of sorts. And that compulsion turned into habit. The habit then eventually just became second nature. And that's not who you are at your core, because how many times have we maybe encountered this through other people, or maybe it's happened to us where we're like, but at my core, I know who I am. I know I have a big heart. I know I'm a good person. So then why do I keep doing these same things? Why do I keep like kind of self-sabotaging or involving myself in conflict that I keep saying that I'm above, but then I end up right back in it? I'm getting this song, That's That Real Shit. And then there's like a little lyric in there where it's like something about like when you think you're over drama or whatever, but really you're about it, like you're paying attention. And then she says, "That's that real shit." I think Kyle is in that song too. Sophia Black, maybe. And well, what else am I getting? I'm getting I don't know if you guys have watched that show, Undone. I think it's the same producers of BoJack Horseman. Amazing show. That story carried me through a lot. So there's these two sisters, Alma and Becca. Becca is actually an amazing person. She's a beautiful human being. She's bright, she's intelligent, she's quick, she's loving, but she's messy. Bitch is messy. She's like, okay. Um, and at some point, she's like sobbing to Alma, her sister, right before her wedding. I'm not going to spoil it in case you guys want to check it out. Please go check it out. Go through it slow too. Take your breaks, sip your tea, have a nice bath, because some of the episodes, at least for people who really take in stories heavy, like you don't just watch a story, you enter the experience, take it real slow. Take it easy with that one, because it's woo, it was like watching a novela. That was like, what? Okay, I need a break, girl. I need a drink. No. So Becca's like freaking out. She's like, I just don't know why I keep doing these things. Well, it's because you were conditioned, mama. Your conditioning is fucked. And it is deeply embedded into your nervous system, into your psyche. The conditioning. I don't know if you understand what I mean. Your conditioning is fucked, but your core is, for lack of a better term, good. You know your heart is big. You know what your intentions are, or what you had certain intentions, but then the impact on the people around you, on the environment, on your job, on your health, it's like wrong. It's all wrong. Who else am I getting? Anxiety from Inside Out Part 2, where, oh god, this part breaks me. She's doing everything. You see her at some point, she's moving so fast, like on that control panel, where she looks like she's paralyzed. And they're like, anxiety, it's okay. Like, we got you. She's scurrying around, doing everything she can. She's even trying to take over other people's jobs, Anger's job, Disgust's job, and that can't be it. As soon as anxiety starts weaving itself into all of your other emotions, you saw what happened to Riley, or some of you anyway. And at the end of it all, she thinks that she's accomplished what she wants to. She's standing right there, ready, waiting for Riley to be like, okay, I fixed it all, or I don't know what she was waiting on. But what anxiety received from Riley was, I'm not good enough. I know you guys remember that scene. I'm not good enough. And it breaks my heart, because it really does start that young. It does start that early. I'm not good enough. And the way anxiety's face falls completely, she's like, what? Like, genuinely, like, that is not what I wanted. This is not what I wanted. I didn't plan for this. I was actually doing everything possible to make the opposite happen. And still. And I think that happens to us. Now, they simplified it a little bit in the movie for the kids and for the rest of us, but it's anxiety, it's trauma, it's many other things, because they softened it for us. They didn't have Riley go through what we've gone through, trauma or any of that, because it's a Pixar, Disney. Shit, I don't remember now, but it's one of them too. It's a kids movie. So they weren't gonna have Riley go through, like, the most traumatic thing that Riley went through was like getting on the bus about to run away and being like, oh, I'm depressed now. And she went numb. And that's when she was like, oh shit. Even that was important. That was big for her to realize. Like, as soon as she felt cut off from all of her emotions, something inside her still went, there, a certain alarm still went off where she was like, this don't feel right. I don't feel disgust. I don't feel anger. I don't feel joy. I don't even feel sadness. I just feel dark. What else am I getting from Midsummer before the sister herself? In the beginning, what'd she say in the email? I just see black. I don't even see a future anymore. Like, and there are so many there, like, we don't want that. Deep down, we know that we didn't want that. Like, we wanted one thing, and then suddenly all these intentions, road to hell. And I said that to somebody once, somebody important to me, and I was like, good intentions, road to hell. And they were like, wow, so you're trying to say you're in hell with me? You feel like this is hell? You feel like. And I was like, see, you know what? If you're committed to misunderstanding me, I'm not going to explain my process anymore to you, my internal nothing. Because now I know what I want to do or what I need to do. And I'm going to create those little Himalayas up here. I am going to be delusional. Yeah, you better believe I'm going to act brand new. Because what the fuck else am I supposed to do but act brand new on myself? That's not that I'm going to forget about you or discard you. And that's how people feel. They feel threatened. I've felt it before. When people have made even positive changes, like, hey, I'm about to go take a little Spanish class or whatever. And I was like, what that mean? Because I'm sensitive too. I'm intuitive. My pattern recognition is at a quantum level. That's really what intuition is. And so I would foresee, like this weather system inside of me would like make things really big. I would over associate. I would give it things too much meaning. So I'd be like, well, what that mean? What you mean? You about to, oh, you're trying to do little cute little stuff for yourself and like go to the city and like you weren't doing all this before. Now you're doing like self-care and it's freaking me out. Because then I started, my brain could see like, well, if they do this for themselves, that means they're going to invite all kinds of opportunities. They're going to meet new people, make friends. They're going to probably end up traveling. And I'm not in any position to even open myself up that much, even though I feel attached to this person. Yeah, it'd be like that. So I rambled a little bit, but act brand new. I'm gonna say what the kids say. Be delusional. Be Delulu. But don't be like delusional in a harmful way. You know what I mean? Like, oh, get rich quick schemes and I'm gonna like be this overnight, I'm gonna fix everything and not that kind of delusional. Be delusional in the sense that you're gonna block out things that you thought were you, ideas and caca that you adopted and that you inherited from other people. And then you started thinking, oh, those are my thoughts. And then there was this enmeshment that happened at some point, and you started realizing, I don't know where I end and where my mother begins, or where my partner begins and where I end. Like, act brand new. Act brand new. Yes. I think that's all I got for today. I don't feel like pulling a card right now. Should I? No, I actually don't. No. I considered it, and something told me no. Maybe the next one, the next video. I'll pull a little something for you. But today I felt like I'm just gonna, no notes, no cards. I'm just gonna talk. Not at you, but with you. Well, technically kind of at you because you're not here. Sort of what do they call that? Parasocial relationship. Is that what it is? Like the one-sided thing where you still get stuff from me, but we're not actually like with each other, but I'm with you in spirit. I'm rambling for real. Okay. Thanks for stopping by. Stay blessed. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Stay tuned in. Stay weird. but not the bad kind of weird, because it's weird out there, but your kind of weird is good. So stay all the things, and I will see you soon at the crossroads, my friend. Bye.